Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Kevin Delp.
And I'm Melissa Delp.
Today we're looking at a prototype of Master Pennington B. Knickerknacker the 16th and the Planecrafters. Planecrafters is a hand management set collection game for 2 to 4 players and plays in about 30 to 60 minutes. Now, this was designed by Andrew Bosley and Matthew Patience, being published by Paisley Board Game Company, and it'll be on Kickstarter this June.
You are playing as Planecrafters for the Knickerknacker estate, providing aircraft for the small country of Crumplehorn. You'll have to hire employees, choose the best plane parts, build those planes, and then sell them for crowns, the currency of Crumplehorn. Whoever earns the most crowns wins the game.
Let's look at the prototype components. There's employee cards, plane part cards, bonus cards, cardboard coins, and player aid booklets.
The game is played over a series of turns, and each player's turn has 5 steps to it. Some are optional and some are mandatory. Those steps are hire, acquire, flyer, buyer, and cleanup.
Players begin the game with 5 crowns and a hand of part cards. The first thing you do on your turn is to decide whether or not to hire an employee. The Tier 1 employees are the cheapest, but they can still be really useful.
The second step is to acquire plane parts from the depot. Normally, you can draw 2, but if you have the logistician, you can draw an extra.
In the flyer step, you can build 2 parts of your plane: nose, right wing, left wing, fuselage, or tail. They don't have to be from the same type of plane, but it's better if they match.
The fourth step is buyer. If you have a complete plane, you can sell it. The more parts you have from the same model, the more the plane is worth.
The final step of your turn is cleanup. If you have more than 5 cards in your hand, you discard them to the bottom of the deck. You continue playing, taking turns until the parts draw pile is empty. Then you'll finish out the round and you'll add up your score.
Your score is the number of crowns you have and any of the awards you've earned. Industry, for selling the most parts. Enterprise, for having the most expensive employee pool. Or distinction, for selling the most valuable plane.
I like the flow of the game. Get the airplane parts, build your airplane, and sell your airplanes. Now, the employees, though, add more depth to the game. Can I get the right employees? Should I save my money and hire the more expensive ones? Or should I go for the cheaper ones and hope that the other ones are there later in the game?
All the employees are going to help you in some way. Some of them help you build more efficiently, or even give you crowns for the number of employees you have. Some are aggressive, letting you steal cards and crowns from other players. Others are defensive, and they help protect you from certain attacks. So the specific combination of employees that you hire and that your opponents hire is going to affect your strategy.
And I like that some of the employees help you toward the end game awards. Like the contractor allows you to sell incomplete planes. So you can go through planes quicker that way. And one of the awards at the end is whoever has the most parts at the end of the game. So that's really cool. I like that there is an aim that you can go for through those awards.
Yeah, I do wish that there were more of those endgame awards and employees, enough that you could switch them in and out and make it variable for the setup. I personally like games where I have to adjust my strategy based on the specific combination of goals and player powers and objectives that come out in that game. So I hope that's something that they might consider for a future expansion.
The plane part illustrations are excellent, especially when you put them all together to form a complete plane. And in the Tier 1 cards, there's 2 cards of each. One's male and one's female, and I personally like that they don't have eyes. There's also a cool player aid card that not only tells you what to do on your turn, but there's also the employees and what they do. And then on the back, there's the planes and how to score them. The icons are easy to understand. Each one shows which step the employee's powers activates in.
The game is easy to learn and teach. The player aid booklet really walks you through all the information you need, so you don't have to spend a lot of time thinking about what do I do next, what's the flow of the game. Instead, you can focus on your strategy and trying to figure out how to beat your opponents.
So if you enjoy games with set collection or hand management, especially one with an aeronautical theme, then check out Planecrafters on Kickstarter this June. You'll continue playing, taking turns until the draw parts pile. The parts draw. Got it.
Draw parts.
Draw parts or parts draw.
The number of employees you have. And I honestly don't remember what else I'm supposed to say in there.
You should go subscribe over here because I'm using that one.
He has more bloopers.